Okay, so good morning and good evening, everybody. And once again, welcome back in today's class. At the end of the class, second last day, and tomorrow it will be the last day for our class. But before I start today's session, I want to give you little motivation here. I'm not praising myself very truly, but I want to give you motivation. Today I received a feedback from one of person. He's my friend's cousin. Okay, working in a company. And today that person pinged me and said, "Sir, thank you so much. I watch your videos and I clear my CS examination." Indeed, it's a good achievement. I am very happy on that part. And the point is that it is fine that okay, I received this feedback from many people. The good point is that now he started his journey in the same company as a ServiceNow functional consultant. So he was in the service desk agent and now he's working as a ServiceNow functional consultant. Behind this, the motto, the purpose of telling this thing to motivate you guys that you can also do. Don't feel or don't lose the hope until unless we lose the last day of the battle. तब तक तो लड़ेंगे ही लड़ेंगे हम, कुछ भी हो जाए. We have to be fight. We have to be survive. And I know if you decide, you can do that part. It's not with you. Even though in my different projects, when I work in a project, there are a lot of people who join as a fresher. A lot of pressure in the beginning, nahi ho raha, escalations and all the things. But after some time, we streamline and all of the happy faces. So tomorrow, when we closing this batch, it doesn't mean that service now is over. It means now you have to be start from the day one again. Your day one is starting from Monday, where you have to be revise everything, you have to be build everything, and you have to be stay in the market. Go update your documents, update your CVs, mention that you are trained now, mention that you know these skills, update your LinkedIn connections. That is very much important point. Very much. People who are not connected with me, like Akshat, I guess you're not on my LinkedIn. Shabrish, you are not on my LinkedIn. And Ujjwal, I guess you are also not. Maybe I'll see. So build your connections, build your network. There are companies who are hiring for freshers, who are hiring for experience, and you can do that part. So this is the motivation that I want to give you, that it's not an end. And the service now which we learn in the last 37 days, it was just 10 or 15%, even not more than that. But it give you a base now. Now you go and talk to the people in the ServiceNow terminologies. Now you can understand the JDs which has been mentioned for the ServiceNow rules, that what you know, what you don't know. Okay, so this is what I want to give you, a motivation and a positive thinking. होप लूज करने से कुछ नहीं होगा. ट्रेनिंग खत्म हो गया, ठीक है, 11 बजे आप सो सकते हैं फ्रॉम मंडे, बट इट इज टाइम टू बी गेट अप अर्ली एंड डू योर वर्क. ठीक है, चलो वी स्टार्ट नाउ. Now today we are going to discuss two topics. I'll pick up the first topic, that is GRC, governance, risk and compliance on the broader side, and the pre-sales on the very smaller side, because I thought that maybe other experienced guy will join this class today, but seems they're busy and they're not joining the batch. They're not joining the class now. So that was for them. But what is for us? Now, if you give example, for every company, not for every company, a human being who is on this earth always worried about one thing. It is respect. If you lose your respect, you're losing everything. Money you still earn back, losses you still covered back. Bankrupt, still you can come back in the market, you can grow. But if you lose your respect, you're not able to get it back very quickly. The same thing apply in our industry as well. Why I'm saying this thing? The reason being why I'm saying this thing, because what is the font here? क्या है ये? What is that? Yeah. ठीक है. The reason why I'm giving this example, because if you take any big brand, there are positive, there are negative. Someone says about negative about a company or a brand, that news spread very quickly and they start losing their customers. ठीक है. So to hold this part, ServiceNow says that I need, sorry, not ServiceNow, company says that I need some mechanism. How I will lose my respect if something wrong happened with my company, maybe some ransom attack, maybe some credit loss, maybe I lose the business. By this way, it can be done, or any security incident happen. I'm specifically coming to the narrow down our discussions now. Okay. In this particular term, there are three words: G, R, and C. G stand for the governance, risk, R stand for the risk, and C stand for the compliance. Every company has a risk. Every company has a risk, but every company has a governance as well, right? If you remember anyone, not anyone, like Ujjwal and Shabrish, they know because they are from the day one in this class. They know that I told this point that in this class I have some governance rule. No good morning, no good evening messages, no unnecessary irrelevant chat, no eve teasing, no personal chats here. It is a governance I govern here, because I know that if something wrong happen in my group and that information go out, my respect is going to be down. To make sure that I have a risk, to mitigate that risk, I have a governance. And when I have a governance, I am on the compliant as well. When we buy any electronic item, we see one mark, ISI mark. I still remember in 2000, early 2000 somewhere, on the DD1 the Doordarshan, there was an advertisement came. When you buy a product, check the ISI mark. What that mean? That means this product has been built up as per the standards given by Indian Standard Organization or Indian Standard Institutes kind of things. If you go somewhere, let's say in UK, what happened that if you want to run any business, not even in UK, now in India as well, if you want to run any bakery business, then you have to get a license, a certificate from a FSAI, that is food industry, something is there. From there you have to get a certificate that the product you are building, the item you are building is a certified one. When I'll follow the standards, then I'll be compliance. Like in our training, how I can say I compliant? Because we did not discuss unnecessary things. I never interested to know anybody's personal life, that what's going on in your family matters. We are colleagues. Little bit I should know so that I can help you somewhere, and you also know so that you can ask me for some help as well. Okay, so if I follow these things, then I will be compliance. Now industry says that boss, if anything goes wrong, then I'm losing everything. There is a risk. To mitigate that risk, I need a governance, strong governance. And when I have a governance, I will follow the compliance as well. I will be compliant. I tell you one example, and this example gave to me when I was learning this concept, GRC concept, with one of my friend. He says, let's say in your house, there's a small kid, 4 years, 3-4 years kid. They walk, or maybe little smaller one, they crawl. You as a father sitting in the room, and you shut down, or not shut down, you put down or the lock your balcony gate so that your kid should not go out because it is a hot outside. Right? Okay, that's fine. but your kid want to be go outside. He's clever. He know that if I push the door little bit to and fro, it will be open automatically. He tried, it opened, he go down, he go outside and it's burned. This is the risk. And why this risk happened? Because he breached the policy. You told him, don't go outside, it's burning, it's very hot, it's burning, don't go outside. And you lock the door, but still he violated that principle, he breached that particular policy, and he go outside and he put his face on in the balcony floor and it's burning. It is a risk. And now this risk is mark a question on your governance, and now your wife or your parents are not happy because due to your carelessness, he is facing this issue. So your compliance also fall down. This is a fundamental example he gave to me, which I still remember. It's more than 3 years now or 4 years now. He told me this thing. Now, because we are in the fresher zone at point of time, let me tell you, in the industry, like take an example, if you're in the medical industry, either you're in the telecom industry, either you're in the financial industry, either in the IT industry, every industry has its own standards. Like if I say, take example of the Vodafone, Airtel, they are the telecom companies. So they have some regulations, they have some rules, they have some standards, they have some policies which is provided by telecom organizations or telecom industry. If in the medical science, there's a standard called HIPAA, health insurance something or health something is there. HIPAA is a standard. Is a standard. If we are working in a project management, there is a PRINCE2. Sorry, PMP. Working in the IT industry, we have a ITIL. What are these? These are the standards. If you see any organization, they say that I am a ISO 20,000 or something 31,000 certified. What this mean? It means they are following the rules which is mentioned in this part. They're following the rules regulation in this part. Insurance company has its own standards. Now the question comes, if I am a company, I am a service provider, how I can make sure that my company should be compliance? You are very small in this area. There's a concept called the SOX. Surban and Oxley, it is an audit. They do the audits part, and every company get these audits, SOX audits, which says that okay, you are maintaining your things very clearly. Like in in UK here, I was go to local grocery shop. Okay, so there's a lot of Indians where I'm staying now. So that one of the Indian friend has its own grocery shop. So I go there. There's a one person who was checking the switches which he has installed in his shop. He's checking all switches, plugs, all the electric points he checked. I said, what happened? Any issue there? Well, no. We have a policy here. We have a regulation here that every 6 months we have to call the specialized person who will check and certify that yes, this shop is good to use as per the electric parts. This is what the standards. Now, Pulkit is confused. Sir, ऐसे तो दुनिया में बहुत सारे standards होंगे. Yes, क्यों नहीं होंगे? बहुत सारे होंगे definitely. So now, but before that, sir, why the question come? How or why these things in the service now? So if you see the last 31 days journey, 37 days journey, we see about the IT, we see about the customer, we see about the HR, we see about the employees. Now we are going to see about the my company security. It's not security, it's a risk and compliance, not security. Security is something different concept. That's called the SecOps. So now what to do to understand this part, there is a module has been built by ServiceNow that is called the GRC, and now it has been renamed. It's called the IRM, Integrated Risk Management. Because I as a company working with the multiple vendors as well, so I can track their risk in my system because I'm taking services from them. So maybe they have some risk I can track in my systems. GRC is one of the area which my experience says. This is one of the area where consulting is more required than the development. And development you can do, but more consulting is required because you are dealing on the standards now. Like if I say logically, it is a standard that you or we never should cross the railway tracks. we should always use fly over the bridge to cross the platforms. This is a standard. This is standard, but this standard has been mentioned somewhere. So ServiceNow say, okay, or I said before ServiceNow, let's say there is a concept called the UCF, Unified Certification Foundation, UCF. Let me show you here. UCF, it's not like football or this thing. UCF certificate standard hub. This one, unified compliance. Yes, unified compliance. So this is a company which store all the standards in it, all the standards. So like if I show you, I'm telling you this is one of my favorite topic I want to be discuss. I love to discuss this point. So this is a UCF. It says you are from which organization, so not organization, you are from which industry. Come to me, I will give you the documents. I'll give you the standards, which is up to date, 100% up to date. And they called it as an authority document. जैसे अपने इंडिया में चलता है ना, वो क्या कहते हैं उसको, when someone give power of attorney kind of things. So these are called the authority documents. Let me show you. So these are the authority documents, and you can search your authority document for watch. Did we find something? So now you can see insurance. These many authority documents, because these are vary from country to country. Maybe in India some other these things are there, but in US something different is there. Indiana, Evo, Lucia, Emenia. So you can see. I'm working in India, so I should be use India-based authentication document. Let me show you medical science or health medical. See, for the medical they have these many standards, and these standards are okay. These are the hub now. So now the question comes, Atul sir, ठीक है, मान लो I want to be use ITL. Let's say ITL. See, ITL. This is given by ITL. If you say that my company is ITL compliance, then I have to be use these standards. I have to be maintain these things. See, audit, human resource, leadership. So I'm telling you, you are very new to this part. Maybe it's take time. You can see 1200. Come on. These many controls. Now, what is this authority document contain? This document contain the different paragraphs. Is anyone buy insurance policy? If you buy the insurance policy or if you buy the credit card, हम क्या करते हैं? We'll fill the name and sign it. In the backside of that page, there's a lot of things I mentioned. What are those? Those are the policies. Now the question comes from where that policies came. Those policies came from these standards only. That No company can close your account without giving you 3-time reminder. If you did not respond in the 3 times, they will seize your account. It is not company rule, it is standard they'll be following. So now the question comes, Atul sir, let's say I'm running a company. In my company, I am just working on the records. I'm just maintaining the records. In that case, nothing else will be applicable for you. So if you open this record, you can see these many. And these are called the controls. Let me show you the structure here. GRC are my Google is smart, so I never say it's the right information. Yeah, so you can see here. It's a very beautiful concept. I'm telling you, I love this. Really love this concept because I'm a non-technical guy. So for me, this is a very beautiful place. This one, good. So now you can see. So here the UCF. I try to be install the plugins, but we need to understand these things here. And if you're getting chance to work in GRC in your beginning, please opt it. दिक्कत नहीं है, easy है, ठीक है. So every company. So now the question comes, how I can get the UCF in my ServiceNow. So ServiceNow provide a plugin for the UCF. Authority documents करके होगा. This authority documents you can see, right? So company says let's have a agreement with the UCF company. So they charge some amount on the yearly basis. And we can integrate UCF with the ServiceNow. So that if today, like what happened in the time period of the COVID, every week, every third day, the government policies are getting changed. The government's rules are getting changed for the travel. So from where you can certify it, I cannot rely on the university, sorry, WhatsApp university. I have to be put somewhere authenticate. So UCF says you integrate me with your ServiceNow tool as soon as anything updated in any of the area, in any of the standard, in any of the country, in any of the industry, I'll update and that will push to your side. So you or we guys do the authority document in our system. So like you can say EPICA, COBIT, SIS, FRID, ISO. These are nothing. These are the authority documents. Let me open something for the COVID. Safe harbor, very nice. A new term I heard. See. So it says that let's say I am running a company called LNG and LNG is following some processes which fall under the COVID. Now, one more thing. As it is not like that one standard is coming from the one one control is coming from the one standard. No. Now, if you want to open a bakery shop or if you want to open an electric showroom, in the both standards, you have to make sure that your area or your shop should have an exit, emergency exit as well. So it happens that controls can be coming from the multiple places. Leave it, no problem. We will discuss. Okay. Now let's come to this particular part. Okay. Now in the authority documents, I have a citations. As I'm doing my doctorate as well, so this citation is very big. Citation, what is the meaning of the citation? That let's say I read someone research paper and I want to use his or her knowledge in my research paper. So I will use his concept or his thoughts and I will mention in the brackets that I pick up the requirement, I pick up this idea, I pick up this data from this particular person. Now let's say in this COBIT there are 4,000 paragraphs. And out of 4,000, only 4 paragraphs are applicable for me. So these called the citations, which is actually applicable for you. I said in this only 270 paragraphs are applicable for me. Now Garima again confused. Sir, 4000 में से 400 you are using, but हो सकता है उन चार में भी in that four citation there are 2000 policies. Then we will go for the further bifurcation. So remember, it doesn't mean that if the company say that I am a ISO 2001 or 20001 certified, they are not. It doesn't mean that they're following all the controls. It means they are only following that particular control. Control means which is be required for them to be make a compliance. I'm just using one particular topic of this particular standard in my company, and on that parameter I am compliance. This is what its citation says. Now when you take the citation, let me come here थोड़ा सा, ठीक है? Now let's come here. So हमें authority document से मिलता है citation key which is applicable for me. Like say if I say okay guys, there's in a book total 20 chapters are there. You need to be read only 5 chapters. So those 5 become the citations for you. ठीक है? Now if you go here, we have a control objective. मतलब आपको क्यों पढ़ना है? Why you want to be study? This is what your objective. Why I as a father stopping my kid don't go outside? Because there is a risk. This is what my control objective. So now if you come here, under this citation I have an objective. Ki in my company there is a process that how I can accelerate the incident management. This is what my objective. And to meet this objective, I should have policies like to make sure that my son should not go out or my son should not get burned. That is my control objective. To stop him to do that part, I have a policies on the place. I lock down the doors or I'll take him in the other room. These are the policies I have to be defined. So now if you come, you can see here the policies. They don't have any policy against this. Chalo, koi baat nahi. But we have a policy under that. Sorry. Under that. Policy, why I need a policy? Now in policy also few things. Now in policy also have a few things. Let me take an example. Let's say I have 2 kids. One is 8-9 years old and one is 3-year-old. Okay, or 2-year-old. She can crawl now. I lock the door, but I am adding the exceptions here. That my elder kid can go out, but not the smaller one. There are the exceptions. Like if you notice somewhere, if you want to be go when we were kid, we are allowed to go in. We're not allowed to go in the cinemas. Like here in UK, I want to go for a movie, and I want that my kid should also go, or he want to go a movie, but he's not allowed to go alone. I need to be accompany him. That is an exception here. Like one, I get an example. When we go in some mela kind of things, there's a big rides as well, and some rides are for the kids. And they mention that if kid is more than 10 years or 11 years, they can sit alone. If they are less than that, then a parent need to be accompanied that. What is that? That is policy exception. That is policy exception here. So if you see, there's a lot of things, and on the policy I have an indicator. On the policy I have an indicator. Like I know I'm sitting in a room, door is locked now, but my son tried to move the door to and fro. It is indicating. What indicating? That it can breach the policy. And as soon as he open the door and he go out, it become an issue for me. Because policy has been breached now. Ultimately, why, if I say why our parents told us, please study, please study, please study. Why? Because they know that if they will not study, it is tough for them to be get a good job, to be get a married with a good family, and to good and tough to be survive in the life. This is their indicator. Every standard, every day, every time they monitoring us, and they know if issue come, it is a risk. So policy has a connected with the this thing, risk, control, and the exceptions as well. And on the top we have a risk framework. Statements तो बताओ risk की. Like let's say one of my friend purchased a new showroom. I go there. Wow, it's nice. I said, yeah, tell me if there's some fire happen, is there any way to go out? Any other alternative way to go out? What is that? That is a risk statement. क्योंकि problem क्या है? Every company, not a problem. Every company is working on that part only. कि risk क्या है मेरे पास? To mitigate that risk, I have all the things in the place. I'm still repeating my words, and I repeat this thing a lot of time. Buying insurance policy doesn't mean that you are not going to be die. It means the risk will be minimized, even not zero. It will be near to zero, minimized, but never be zero. So we have a risk framework on that part. And risk can be associated with the different vendors and different services. And once you have these things on the place, on the right side, we have an audit management. Now I'll give an example. Like here in again, I'll take an example of UK because these things I observe new here. When I purchase, when I get not purchase, when I ask for a flat on the rent, I got my agreements, everything. The day I get a keys, they send me a very big mail that Mr. Atul and my wife, that we are giving you this house, and in this house, these are the things has been installed, and these are the conditions like heater, boiler, machine, oven, microwave, refrigerator, burner, toilets, or I can say means everything. They click photographs, every switch, every plug, every window, every door, they put in that particular big list and send it to me and say, please audit it. Once you confirm that everything is fine, then good. Otherwise, when are you leaving and we found something wrong from your list, you have to pay for the same. So a company cannot say that I am a certified, I'm ISO certified. No, there are companies who do the audits for the other companies. Like I take example of the PwC, Deloitte. They are the big auditors. KPMG. They are the auditors who do the audits. For one area, they do the audit. For other area, they do the audit. And this certified, okay, you mentioned that you are following ITL. In ITL, you are following just incident management, and incident management, you're just following the one side of incident. Okay, you're following the incident management, that's fine. To maintain your incident management, you have a policies that every incident should be raised in the tool. Every incident can be, any incident can be raised via chat, via email, via phone call. And why you want? Because you have a risk statement. If incident did not follow the right practice, we will losing the maybe availability, maybe you're using the track of the resource seed and other things. And these companies come and say, okay, show me the evidence. Show me which document you're following. They say, okay, give me the last 6 month data of the incident management. They review it and then they provide the result. And you as a service provider, as a company, I provide every policy and exception as well to these guys. They maybe walk through, okay, show me your incident management process in your tool. Okay, let's come with me. I have an interview with you. These things happen. Even I participated in that part. When I was working in a company, so there's a person came in my company itself from other project to do the audit of my change management. So he complete week, he sit with me. He do nothing. He just sit with me and observe me that what I'm doing in service now, how I'm passing the change, how I'm approving the change, how I'm running the CAB meetings and other things. This is what the service now says. Everybody, any doubt, any confusion? Don't feel sleepy. Very, 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 very interesting topic. Good. Now let me tell you about the next part. Okay, what it says, the next part. Let me show you something on the service now. So now we get it that we can get the standard documents from the, or the standards from the, or not, don't call it standard, call it as an authority document from the UCF. Now let's come here and you can see the policy and compliance. So we can click on the this control, let's say policies. And now see, ServiceNow provide me the workspace as well. It says no worry, compliance workspace, different compliance workspace, so that you can track everything at your point. Policies. So these are the policies they are using it, like travel and expenses policy. Every company has this policy for their employees. So what they have a policy. Now, if you open this policy, you can find everything. That what is the control rate? What I want to be, make sure it should not be breach. SOX and T fraud. To avoid any frauds, I'm making a policy on the travel part. Now you can see here, this is my objective. They don't have any exception because either you're working as a fresher, either you're working as a director, either you're working as a board of director or CEO. No exception for anybody here. I can pick up the content from the SOX. It is another standard. I can do that part. So this is my policy. Now, if I have a policy, I have a control objective as well on that part. Now let me see, policies ho gaya, and now click on the control objective. So it's like a sequence. It's like a hierarchy. Authority document. Then we have a citation. Under citation, we have a control objective. Under control objective, we have a policies. Under policies, we have the policy exceptions. And on the top, we have a framework. Because you see, there's no relationship directly here. But here they have a relationship. It is for the internal. This can be for internal plus the vulnerability threats as well. कि बाहर से भी attack हो सकता है यार कभी भी. So for that part, we have these things. So now you can see control objective. Visitor control. Are we allowed, or if you say, okay, Garima, let's say Garima working in a company. Am I allowed to enter in Garima workspace? No, there is a policy which is implemented by Garima company. Why? Because maybe Garima can bring anybody, unknown person, in the influence of some anything, and they can destroy my office. So they have a policy. So this is my control objective. For this control, they don't have any policy as of now. So it is two controls. It says these controls basically for GCC, one maybe it's their vendor or some other program vendor, something is there. This thing. If I go back, let me show you. It's a control objective. Let's open this, identify this mission. Let me load. Because for me, this is important for you guys. So now you can see this is my control objective. Continue mission the business functions. And you can see here that why I'm making this control objective and what is the policy I have. I have policy for contingency plans. Mainly, maybe if there's some rights or something else going on, and what is my backup plan if I have to be worked. So if you open this policy, maybe you get the exceptions as well. Maybe. See, this policy is covering 49 objectives. Can you imagine? This single policy is covering the 49 objectives. And these 49 objectives can be come from the different citations as well. So it is like many-to-many relationship. Let me try and show you. No, nothing, single one only. So like this. This one is coming CP28444243131398 alag alag. So this can be possibility that single policy is supporting the multiple control objectives. That is what I'm saying. ITOM is in the technical part, GRC complete on the functional part. Okay. Now in the last, we will see only one thing. Okay, let's see the risk statements here. Like this, risk portal, risk event, policy exception, admin, or risk class, not here. SOX is like risk. No, it's not that one. My approval risk, let's say overview, not this one. I'm sure this is not the right one which is looking for. Chalo, we'll come to this part. It is something on the good. So this is a GRC advanced risk. Let me come here. So this is a compliance management. So हमने G पढ़ा, governance देखा हमने, that is control and all. Risk हमने देखा. Now we're coming to the compliance part. That am I compliant? And one more, guys, don't get confused. The topic which we discussed 2 days before. This is not instance security compliance. No, this is the policy compliance, standard compliance. Am I compliant on ISO 27001 2013? Total 11 high priority issues, and my score is compliance score is 8%. Sorry, 84%. 84%. If I resolve this, then I will become the 100. So now you can see 0 score because 0 priority issue for me here. This is required for the compliance manager. This is for authority documents. This is for policy. See, 67% I'm fail. It means in these policies something is wrong, due to which either I have a lot of issues in these policies, either I don't have a proper controls here. So you can see here total 16 objectives I'm covering in this particular part. See, policy exceptions are there. These things. This is for the entities that for which particular track I'm tracking this. Control assurance. Again, it's very high level, but want to give you the flavor that how it will look like. And this is my risk portal. So we have the compliance portal, sorry, compliance dashboard, and we have the risk portal. Simple सा है, ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं है इसमें अभी. You can see 384 this thing. So you can see the same thing. Risk events. Oh, we're on the right track. Risk events. These are the risk events where I think that something can happen. So I'm placing this like this format. I have a remediation task, and see 136 issue. Let me show you. Let's open this to understand this part. So now I have an issue. Issue means something has been breached on my policy. It's a problem. It means it's an issue for me. So now we need to see that when an issue has been raised, this issue has been related with which control objective, which policy it's breaking. It's not breaking anything. Come on, the wrong example we pick up. Let me open this people issue. Let's see. No, nothing is there. One entity. Yeah. But by this way we can track it. It's GRC, it's like a big C in itself. It's moreover on the functional part, on the standards part. And every industry, I'll not say the company, every industry has its, you need to follow this thing. Someone follow on the Excel sheet, someone follow in some other tool, and ServiceNow say you can follow my concept that's called the GRC. A plugin is required, core plugin I installed, and I'm using that part. So now this is a dashboard. That how much loss I'm getting it. So you can see gross loss, total 8 events happen like this. Highest number of losses. Additional reports. This is what's benefit of ServiceNow. Everything is quick. So total process, I have a this much loss. Because I told you, right, that money I still recovered, but इज्जत गई तो वापस नहीं आती. And every company said, ठीक है, loss is to minimize this loss. We have the GRC on the place. This is what the purpose of the GRC. Any question? Any doubt? Tell me, please. No question, no doubt. Come on, guys, don't feel sleepy. Good. Thank you. Chalo, let's do the last point. So now these things has been clear. The next topic, again, I'll not go in the more depth, but overview I'll give you guys. Okay. It says the pre-sales. Again, you are very early in the stage. Tough to be understand, but how the industry work, let me tell you. And this is something which when I was Googling on the ServiceNow website, I found this thing very useful. Then I did little study and I starting talking to people and introducing this in my training as well. Pre-sales says that before the actual sale happen, like I say, 100 people reach out to me, Atul, I want to go for the training with you. I said, good. I call 100 people, or I can say like companies are organizing job fairs where they invite you for the free of cost. Sir, 1 hour ka session rahega, will guide you and all the things. What they're doing the pre-sales. In the pre-sales, they present some presentation to you and show you some facts and figures. Now, let's say Shabrish is running a electric shop, showroom, big showroom. He says, sir, purchase this washing machine. I said, why? It's a good latest technology. I said, okay, that's fine, but why? It will save your time. Okay, I'm not in worry about the time, but why? Now he's gone. Then there's a concept which ServiceNow introduced that is called the Forrester rule. Let me see this one, not this one. No, not this one. Here the customer success value, right? This one. This one. Okay. So now if I say this one, I'm talking Forrester. Okay. Now if I go to a company and say, hey, please use service now. They says, acha, bhai kyun? I'm using a tool already. I'm happy with that. No, sir, you use service now. It's very good. हाँ ठीक है, but I'm talking to CEO, CTO, because the people they're not much interested in the your words. They're interested in the facts and the figures, specifically figures. And I'm sure that Garima is smiling, and Garima, you can relate that when I say the figures, you can directly think when you deal with your day-to-day work. So that figure is something important here. Let's say I go to Shabrish and say, Shabrish, please implement ServiceNow in your company. Ah, no, I don't want it. I said, no, you want it. You should have it. Shabrish said, what is the benefit I'm getting it? It's a good, it's a cloud-based, it's secure. Ah, theek hai, but what other benefits? Now, if I need to win this deal, I have to show some facts and figure to Shabrish. What I'll do, I'll go back and I'll say, okay, Shabrish, give me 1 week time. Let's have a discussion next Wednesday. And I'll tell you that why you should use ServiceNow. Shabrish said, okay. I go to my home, go to my office, go to Shabrish company website, sees some facts and figures, some balance sheets, some losses, some news cutouts, everything I find out. And then I come to the Shabrish after 1 week. Shabrish, if you use ServiceNow, you can save 10, or I can say 5 million in a 1 year. Now Shabrish eyes are open. Oh my God, this much I can save. Yes. But how you calculate it? This is important point. So ServiceNow say it is again given by ServiceNow. It is openly available on the internet. So nothing that I'm hiding something or what I'm doing. Nothing much. It is everything available on ServiceNow. So how I can do? Let's say I want that this guy Shabrish should purchase ITSM. I'll go to ServiceNow value calculator and click on the ITSM. Okay. And then I click on the next. And I will fill some details. That let's say Shabrish has 2000 million annual revenue, but he has 60,000 or 6 lakh, or let's say 60,000 annual incidents. Almost 100 times his system go down without any prior information. Unplanned outage, we call it. In his company or his customers, in a single year, he got 4 lakh service requests. And approximately he implemented changes in the production environment. Now, if I do this thing, I'll click on the calculate. Some formula, some logic has been built by this company, and they calculate this value like this. I said, boss, if I go as per these figures, you can save this much amount, or you can earn your expected annual value should be like this. Now, he put the coffee on the side and he's open his mind completely. Tell me that in which areas I can save this. He says, if you use ServiceNow and I'm putting this data as per your previous records, some cut out something I done the research, and I can say if you use this out of this value 21%, you can save via ServiceNow by increasing the productivity, because in ServiceNow you can automate a lot of things. 19% you can reduce your outage, which was 100 earlier. Now it should be only 19. 17% it is increased availability. More when your services are more available in the market, people will use it, people will buy it. 15% it is a degradation will be reduced. And बाकी जो benefit होंगे छोटे मोटे, there is 26%. And this is for the one product ITSM. But now the question comes, Atul, it means that it is a if a Shabrish company purchase this particular ITSM module, they will save in the 1 year. No, It is a long-term plan, maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years, maybe 4 years. Till the time everything will be streamlined. Then they get it. This is what the value calculator, this is what pre-sales guy do. I also do, but not 100% on that part, little bit idea on that part. But I was very surprised when I see this thing as the first time, that it is like that something is available in the market like this as well. And you can see if you go back, reset, and you can click on the back here. See which module you want to purchase. You want to purchase human resource, no problem. Question will be different as per the model. Question will be different. So now you can see total number of employees 1 lakh. Employee turnover 30%. Annual cases 6 lakh. Calculate. See, total this much is the value. And in these area, they can save it. This is the pre-sales thing. Lot of when we present, or when I say when we means the pre-sales guys present this to the potential customer, they have to do a lot of R&D in the background. Then they only able to present something like this meaningful to the customer. Because it's not like only you. There are multiple companies who are selling different product to Shabrish company. And if Shabrish found that is benefited, then he will purchase it. This is what the pre-sales says here. Very little, because not for you guys, very bluntly I'm saying, neither for Akshad, you, Ujjwal, Pulkit and Garima, not for you guys at point of time. Maybe for Shabrish is good because he's already in the industry, so he know that how this business come to companies, and this is the first step in that particular discussion. After this pre-sales, it go to the sales, and then people like me, consultants, come into the picture to implement these modules, and then it become different projects, and company run that projects. Clear, everybody? Any doubt, any question? Good. Okay, let me stop the recording and take a quick attendance now, guys.